Hi, and welcome to the R2RB podcast series. Today I have with me Darek Nilsson, otherwise known as iLuCidi with me. And Darek lives in Sweden, and I am so happy to have you join me here today. And how are you?
I'm very good, and thank you for having me, Deborah.
Oh, you are so welcome. So let me ask you this. Who is Darek Nilsson by day?
By day, I work at a restaurant. I have my own restaurant, and I mostly, to 99%, do all the cooking in the restaurant.
Wow.
So I'm a chef, and I've been a chef for 29 years now.
Oh my gosh. Were you always in the kitchen before you got into the restaurant business?
Yeah, it started very much like that because my mother was the one that taught me how to cook and how to do food. So we started as a child and at her restaurant.
Oh, wow.
And and then I took that restaurant over about 25 years ago and have had it since.
And is it all Swedish specialties?
It's actually very mixed all the time. I choose to change the menu 2 times a year and do different stuff. So we have American steaks, we have Swedish meatballs, of course. Many. I have tried that from IKEA, I think. But that's one that always sells much.
Yeah, wow. Yeah, Swedish meatballs. So my great-grandparents were from Sweden, so I've had a little
Yeah.
taste of Swedish food. Yeah, yeah. So very nice. Oh, that's great. So, but you have a very busy day though. I know, do you work 7 days a week at the restaurant?
I used to, but like 4 or 5 years ago, I decided that I cannot do that anymore. I did work like that for about 20 years, that I had a little bit vacation, but mostly worked 7 days a week.
Wow. And then
And
how did you get into the music side of it all?
it was the music that was my number one passion when I was a small child. And also how I started. I started in the nightclubs and playing as a DJ. I worked a little bit in the bar, always in the entertainment business, yes.
Yes.
So I did that already when I was 12, 13, 14 years old and played at nightclubs. There was much older people like 21, 22, 23. And I was the DJ and doing the music, had the feeling for like what people wanted on the dance floor. And I did that, did my
Wow.
own beats and things like that.
So then you took all that and decided to do what?
Well, in that time, it wasn't that easy to follow that passion and make a living. I needed to pay my bills, and the easiest way was to, because of my mother that was in the restaurant business also. So yeah, it was the choice I had to make in that time.
And so then you still are cooking, you still are chef, you still have the restaurant, and you still do the music full time, or is it part time, or how do you fit
The
this all together?
Yeah, the music takes much time, but I think more times takes the promotion and trying to find my audience. That takes almost more time than producing the music, because producing the music is fun. It's something that you just really enjoy. But the promotion, I think, that takes very much time and energy from yourself. Um, but food is my passion also, like my music was when I was small. And now when I took off a little bit more time from my restaurant, I'm like on Monday to Thursday, a little bit free, just mostly in the office. And I do mostly of the cooking in the restaurant Fridays, Saturday, and Sundays.
Oh, okay. So you found a balance then between the
Yeah,
chef in you and the musician in you, and then
yeah,
out of all that came iLuCidi.
exactly. And yeah, nowadays it's something that I do very much, and it's bring many nights, sleepless nights, to just doing the music.
What's the story behind the name?
Like I said, iLuCidi, it comes from the Lucid name, and I always liked the name. But a couple of years ago, when I started to be like, now I have to find a balance in my life. I cannot work 7 days a week and not have time for my family, not have time for everything. So it just opened my eyes when I realized that life is very short. You have to try to find a balance try to have so much fun and follow your passion as much as you can.
Yeah, absolutely. And just real quick, back to marketing and promoting yourself. So many of the indie artists, that's what you do. You promote yourself, you record
Yeah.
yourselves, you release your songs, singles, EPs, albums yourselves. And I just know for myself with the R2RB, just doing the promoting that I do for that, and I work a full-time job too. It's
Yeah.
almost like by the end of the week, I'm like, I want to turn the world off.
Exactly, and it's not so easy because the social media are everywhere, yes,
Yes.
and it is so all are different. You have the Instagram, you have the Facebook, you have the YouTube, and you have to try to be on all of them, and that takes so much energy, so much time. We indie people have to do that because we don't have a big label behind us that does that for us. So that I would rather do my music and have my passion and fun than doing the promotion. But if I don't do the promotion, then nobody listens to me.
Right. And then when you don't do that for a day or two, the algorithm just drops. So it's
It just drops, yeah.
yeah, yeah. So that's a full-time job in itself.
Exactly, and that's probably how the social media like say to people like, okay, if you're not here and you're just doing the movement on the online, we're gonna drop you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happens. It's crazy. And I know again, speaking with indie artists, how hard you all work to keep that going. It's crazy. So you write your own songs as well.
Yes, I write my own songs, but I'm not a real singer. So to do my really full songs that are a little bit more vocal, then I have to begin to work with some other vocalists and musicians.
And so you bring it all together. Do you all come together or do you take do they send you pieces, tracks to incorporate into?
Well, right now it's only pieces and things like that, but I'm trying to find somebody to work with that can be like my partner in the vocal art, and I be the musician and doing the music behind it.
Yeah, there's nothing like collaborating, right?
And collaboration is wonderful, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And your
Brings
genre,
people together.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It brings people together and makes you so many more friends.
Absolutely. I was speaking with an indie artist here from Delaware, and that was something he had said as well. When you're collaborating, then you get all the collaborators' friends and all their contacts,
Yeah.
and it just helps to even with your promotions as well to have somebody else helping you.
Exactly, and you cannot do anything alone in this life, because you have to have collaboration, you have to have people supporting you, and you have
Yeah.
to support other people. If you do that, you understand that you cannot do anything alone, then you're going to stand alone and probably you're not going to succeed with nothing.
Absolutely. And I also find that the indie artists are so supportive of each other, be
Yeah,
it here, Sweden, the UK, all over. You all support each other. You all come together, which I just think is a
yeah,
fabulous. It's fabulous,
yeah.
fantastic.
It's, yeah.
So what was it? What was it? What is it about the electronic genre that drew you in?
Well, it's the variety of it, because when I hear a melody, uh, I don't hear it in piano because I mostly begin always in the piano, but I don't hear that melody sounds how I want it before I try like 50, 100 different synths and then find the one that is in my head for the right melody. So that's why I always loved just the electronic when it came because I was doing the piano when I was younger, yeah, but it just didn't feel right because I didn't have all the right melodies from the piano. I needed the synths. When the synths came with studios and you could change and use so many of the different synths, then you had the possibility to like, oh, this is right tune, exactly right tune that I wanted in my head.
Wow, that is great. And what was the first song that you put all together?
Oh, I did songs when I was younger, but that's like in that time you had to burn them on floppy disk. Then didn't work that good in that time, and sometimes when you was like finished with one song or almost finished with one song, then something happened to the computer and all the songs was just lost.
Oh, wow.
So but they still do the same melodies. The same melodies that I do now, I did when I was younger.
Yeah, it's timeless. It's timeless. Absolutely. Who inspires you in the music world?
It's everybody. It's actually so many new indie people I find all the time that just they have the communication, because for me music is feelings, and if they put their feelings inside the music and you just put it out, then it brings some feelings in me. Then yeah, I follow so many different artists, and I cannot pick one. I have so many.
Well, the thing that I always say is that never not listen to a genre just because you think you're not going to like it, because you're going to miss so many great artists, singers, songwriters, and musicians if you just close down to so many great genres out there. And I think nowadays everything's crossing over anyway.
It is, and it is like, for me, I never have a genre. I do mostly electronic music for me, but when I listen to music, I listen to all music, because is it good for me? Then it's that song that I want to hear, and it's all different genres. From it can be from rock to be slow songs. I have a very very wide taste in music.
Yeah, I do too. That's why I think I
Mhm.
got into doing what I'm doing, which is crazy, but I have always loved all different genres and music. And then now I get to talk to all of you.
Yeah, and we to you, and it's fun.
Yeah,
And this is yeah, I
yeah,
like it. I like the social part also. Maybe not the
absolutely.
social promotion, but the social part with the people.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
interaction, the one-on-one,
Yeah.
or even with the groups, and then supporting, all the
Yeah.
indies that we do out there. What do you want your audiences to experience with your music? What do you want them to feel?
Well, I like to party, and I'm often in clubs or something, and I know what kind of music I want to dance to when it comes to a really good party, and that's what I want to do. I want to do the dancing music for people.
I like it because I like to dance too. So if you can get me up and moving, I'm happy.
Would be no problem. So I'm in US. We go to a club and
We're
move on the dance floor.
That's it. Let's go. One of the questions I've been asking is about AI and how the indie artists are feeling about it.
Yeah, that's a really tough topic. I don't use AI, but because for me, it's my feelings that I have to bring out in the melody, and if an AI do the melody for you, then you didn't bring it out, and then you didn't give that feeling to the song. That's well the most different I can imagine.
Yeah, I think from when, a year and a half ago when it came out full force, I think it's definitely changed on how people are using it and looking at it. I think it can be a great tool and it will be a great tool, but
It can be,
and,
yeah.
and there'll be there always somebody who's going to use it in the wrong way. So
Exactly. If you use it as a tool to just enhance your emotions in the music and not let the AI do the whole song for you,
right.
then it's a tool. But if somebody don't have the melodies, don't have the performance in their head, and brings out the song, and just lets AI do 90% of the song, then it wasn't your song.
Right, exactly, exactly. So your newest release is iAdrenaline?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been listening.
Yeah, that one I like.
Yeah.
It brings out very good party feelings for me, and it's a little bit like you're going as fast as you can in a car, and you have the police chasing you, and you just want to get out.
There you, there you go. Get that heart pumping.
Yeah, a little bit like that.
Oh, oh my gosh. Yeah, how's it doing?
It's performing, but
Yeah,
it
good.
takes sometimes very long time, and is the thing. I have to promote it every time. So if I'm working like in the restaurant for 3 4 days, and I don't have so much time for the social media, then it drops. And then I have a little bit free time. Then I do the promotion, and
Right.
then I have to find also the time to do the music because that's where my passion is.
Yeah.
So it's a balance. You have to balance all the time.
Yeah, well, so far it's working for you.
Yeah. Yeah, well, like the thing is that I want to start to perform again as a DJ and as a performing artist to the end of this year and start taking bookings, and that's where I think I'm gonna find my audience more, like meet
Yeah.
the audience, and
Right.
then if they like my music and what I do there, they're gonna follow me in the more of the Spotify and all of that.
Oh, that would be fantastic. You'll never sleep. Are you working on a new release?
Yes, I've been working on a. This is an interesting one because I'm working on like a summer song,
Oh, cool.
and the thing is that I'm working with making it in different languages, the same song. It's we see how it goes,
Okay.
but it should come out in June sometime.
Oh, cool. Are you collaborating with somebody on that one?
No, that one I'm not collaborating yet, so I have to find my tools for that. But we see.
Have you started translating it into other languages, and how do you find that experience?
Well, I like the Spanish language very
Hmm.
much, but I cannot do I cannot speak that so much yet. So we see. But yeah, the thing is that I want to do it in Spanish.
Oh, cool. Do you speak other languages?
I speak Polish
Okay.
and Swedish because my mother was from Poland,
Oh, okay.
so she taught me Polish. And my father is Swedish, so I speak fluent
Great.
Swedish, and the English is going a little bit like that.
Yeah, no, no. Hey, I love when I get to speak to other people that can speak more than one language. That's always, I love that. I love languages. Yeah, well, that's pretty cool. I like that. I like the project of you translating. Are you going to translate it into other languages besides what are you doing? Swedish, English, Spanish?
The idea is to have the song, and it's a really good summer song, like really good party song. And the idea was to have it in Polish and in Spanish and Swedish. Can use the languages that I know a little
No.
bit.
Oh, that's cool. So you're going to be singing it in all the different languages yourself.
Uh, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We see. It depends. It depends because, as I said, I'm not the singer. I'm more like the producer and doing the music and the tunes and the melody.
Right.
So we'll see
Okay.
what happens there. Maybe
Okay.
use some friend that sing for me.
Yeah, yeah, well, yeah, we could work on that. We'll find somebody for you.
Yeah, but
Do you have a favorite song that you have written of your own?
oh, I have so many of them. Um, I would say I survived. I think
Okay.
it's one of the deepest songs I did for myself,
Hmm.
and yeah,
Yeah.
it's important song for me.
What, can you tell us a little bit about the background?
Yeah, it's just like realizing what is the most important thing in life, and when you sometimes close, some things happen, and like it did for me a couple of times in my life, that makes you realize that life is very short. You have to enjoy it, and just don't care about the small things because they're not so important. The important thing is your family, having fun, your friends. That's so much more important.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Wow, absolutely. What, I didn't put this on the list of questions, but what advice would you give another indie artist starting out in the business?
Well, never to give up because, as you say, if you don't do the social media every day, 5 6 hours a day, then Facebook drops you and you don't get to communicate anymore.
Right.
And then it can feel like a backdrop that it's so much energy to try to find your audience, so just don't give up because you're going to find your audience. It's just hard, but that's the most important thing, I think. Don't give up when it feels like, oh, okay, nobody is listening. Then take a free day off and then on it again. Never give up.
I agree. And even with myself with the R2RB, I can tell you honestly, I quit every other week.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that. Okay, nobody is listening, so you can feel. But I'm always been like that. I never give up. It's like it's if you want to go for it, and it takes time and sacrifice.
And if it's your passion, then you're going to fight for it and continue on to and I think with the indie artists, it's just a continual, you just have to continue to work at it to get it where you want it.
Yeah, and if you don't do that, you will never be better either, because we all evolve all the time.
Hmm.
So the more we do, the more we play, the more we do our melodies, and we bring out emotions through music, the better we get at it. And i- when we was born, we couldn't do the bicycle, but then we learned how to do it, and then we got better at it. And
Right.
the same as me as a chef, I was not the best chef when I started, but I'm hoping I'm pretty good now.
You've had a few years experience.
Exactly, and yeah, if you don't train, you don't like find new stuff, new things to do in your songs. If you don't do that and you just give up, then you will never get better.
No, and it's with life, with everything in life. If you don't continue to, you know, get out and try different things, you're just going to sit there and go nowhere. So,
Exactly, and the same if you're not open for collaboration and having much friends, uh, alone you will never succeed with nothing.
absolutely, absolutely. And the indie artists are so open and if and I can't talk either. Along the way, I've had different questions about different genres, different music, different instruments, how it's produced, engineered, mixed, mastered, and released. And anytime that, I reach out to an indie artist and ask a question, they don't hesitate to answer, and which is great for me because I'm still learning.
You're doing very good.
Oh, thank you, thank you. Why don't you let everybody know where they can contact you, Derek?
Well, the Facebook is the best one. There is my email number and Spotify, because for us indie artists, there is no more better support than listen to our songs. Even if because most of us don't do it for the money, because there is no money in Spotify and to earn, because we do it from the passion. That's why we bring new songs, but we bring new songs also to have them be listened by.
Right.
So the best support you can give us is to listen to our music, and if you like it, follow us. And if you like it very much, then just support us and maybe buy a hat or something.
Exactly. Do you have merch for sale as well?
Not so much yet, but I'm beginning to get a little bit now. So that's a little bit how I'm thinking. If I'm beginning to perform out on the clubs,
Oh, cool.
and I will have some merch with me, and somebody wants to have it, I will be, yeah,
Oh,
it
good.
would be fun.
I'll have to buy
Yeah.
one. You can ship it over to the States. Have you been to the States? Have you been to over here?
Yeah, it was a while now. As I said, I worked very much in my life before,
Right.
so I didn't have so much time. But I was there once, and it was a long time ago. I was in Las Vegas and had much party and fun there.
Great place to visit. I've been there as well.
No sleep in Las Vegas. I can tell you that.
None. But it's fun. And that's what you go there for,
It's fun.
right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
I always try to have so much fun in my life, and me and my wife, as we have a chance, we have try to have fun together.
Oh, good. That's so good. Oh my goodness gracious, Darek Nilsson, thank you so much for being here with me.
Thank you.
You are welcome on the R2RB podcast series. I will be following you, and I look forward to your much success in both genres, chefing and music.
Thank you.
Okay.
Also important to have fun doing that.
Absolutely, absolutely, because life, like you said, is too short.
It's too short to not to have fun.
That's right, that's right. Thank you, Derek.